Virgo Constellation, sixth sign of the zodiac. Virgo common name and location. In ancient Greece, each one of the 12 signs of the zodiac, the word zodiac comes from the Greek word meaning the circle of animals, meaning all living creatures, related to one of the 4 elements, earth, air, fire, and water, and identified with 12 constellations seen in the sky at different times of year. Virgo the Virgin is one of the constellations of the zodiac, lying between Leo the Lion to the west and Libra the Weighing Scales to the east. Celestial coordinates between latitudes 80 and -80 degrees in the southern hemisphere, covering 1,294 square degrees. Declination is -4 degrees. Right ascension is 13 hours. It is the second largest constellation in the sky after Hydra, and the largest constellation in the zodiac. Virgo the Maiden fully returns to the east at nightfall by late April. By late May, Virgo is well up in the evening. You'll find Virgo in the evening sky into June and July too. Then by late August or September, Virgo begins her descent in the west. Virgo is also known as the Virgin, but shouldn't be interpreted as the modern sense of the word. In the ancient sense of the word, a virgin is a free woman who follows her own moral code rather than the laws forced on her by society. Virgo, August 21st through September 22nd. Sixth sign of the zodiac. Symbol maiden, element earth, ruling planet Mercury. Virgo Greek mythology. In Greek mythology, the maiden of the Virgo symbol is Astrea, also known as the Star Maiden. Being the goddess of innocence and purity is only one of the various Greek myths behind Virgo. Astrea is linked with Libra as the scale-carrying goddess of justice who weighed upon the rights and wrongs of any dispute. Supposedly, she left Earth when overcome by loathing of the unfairness and injustice that went on, and was transformed into the constellation Virgo. According to legend, Astrea will return to Earth. Virgo Babylonian mythology. In Babylonian mythology, the Virgo constellation was known as the Furrow, represented the goddess Shala's ear of corn or grain, Spica. A star in this constellation retains this tradition as it is Latin for ear of grain. This constellation was also known as Akkadian Absunu and Sumerian Absin. The Babylonians also linked Ishtar, goddess of procreation, to Virgo. Ishtar went down into Hades to recover Thammuz, god of harvesting, her spouse, who had been kidnapped and carted off by King Winter. Virgo, Egyptian and Roman mythology. Isis is Virgo in Egyptian mythology. She instructed humankind in the practice of medicine, weaving, sorcery, housekeeping, matrimony, and maternity. The goddess of wheat, Ceres, is linked to Virgo in Roman mythology. She is the Roman counterpart to Demeter. In ancient Rome, Virgo is the beautiful daughter of Ceres and Jupiter, the wheat-bearing maiden Persephone. The ancient Romans solved the interrelation of Scorpio and Virgo by muting the scales from both and naming a constellation Libra as the bearer of the scales. Brightest star in the constellation. Spica is actually 2 stars that orbit quickly around each other due to their close proximity. Their mutual gravity distorts each star into an egg shape. Taken together, the light from Spica's 2 stars is on average more than 2,200 times brighter than our sun's light. Spica is also known as Alpha Virginis. Spica forms the base of the Great Diamond Asterism. Messier 49 is an elliptical galaxy that was discovered in 1771 by Charles Messier. It was the first elliptical galaxy detected outside the Milky Way's local group, as well as the first object discovered in the Virgo cluster. Elliptical galaxies are fairly featureless with little structure, unlike spiral galaxies that have picturesque spiral and well-defined structures. The stars in an elliptical galaxy are usually much older than those in spiral galaxies. M49 has nearly 6,000 globular star clusters. There is an X-ray source at the core of the galaxy indicating that lurking in the center of M49 is a supermassive black hole with an estimated mass of about 565 million times the mass of our Sun. The best time to observe this galaxy is in the month of May. It has an apparent magnitude of 9.4 and is located 60 million light-years from Earth. Here is a picture of Messier 49 in relation to Virgo. Messier 58 was discovered on April 15, 1779. Messier 58 is about 68 million light-years away from Earth. Messier 58 is in an intermediate barred spiral galaxy with a weak inner ring structure located within the constellation Virgo. It is one of 4 barred spiral galaxies that appear in Messier's catalog. Here is a picture of Messier 58 in relation to Virgo. Messier 59. In the spring of 1779, German astronomer Johann Gottfried Kohler discovered M59 when observing the comet of that year, Comet Bode. One of the largest elliptical galaxies in the Virgo cluster, it still has considerably less mass than other elliptical galaxies in the cluster. It is also less luminous than other elliptical galaxies in the cluster at a magnitude of 9.8. At the center of M59, there is a supermassive black hole about 270 million times the size of our Sun. There is an exceptionally high number of globular clusters, about 2,200, in an inner disk of stars. The inner 200 light-years rotates in the opposite direction than the rest of the galaxy and is the smallest region in a galaxy known to exhibit this behavior. M59 is about 60 million light-years from Earth. Here is a picture of M59 in relation to Virgo. Messier 60 was discovered by German astronomer Johann Gottfried Kohler in 1779. It is Virgo's 3rd brightest member and is 120,000 light-years wide. It is located at about 54 million light-years from Earth and has an apparent magnitude of 9.8. In its center is a black hole that is 45 billion times the mass of our Sun, making it the most massive black hole ever found. At M60's upper right is a bluish spiral galaxy, NGC 4647, which is 2/3 the size of M60, roughly the size of the Milky Way galaxy and much less massive. M60 and NGC 4647 form a pair known as ARP 116. From Earth, they appear to overlap, and astronomers have long tried to determine whether these two galaxies are indeed interacting. One of the clearest signs of the two galaxies interacting is new star formation, yet there is no evidence of this. However, some tidal interactions between the two galaxies is being suggested through recent studies of very detailed Hubble images. Here is a picture of M60 in relation to Virgo. Messier 87. Home to several trillion stars, a family of 15,000 globular star clusters, and a supermassive black hole, M87 is an elliptical galaxy 54 million light-years from Earth, discovered in 1781 by Charles Messier. It is the dominant member of the neighboring Virgo cluster of galaxies, which contain about 2,000 globular star clusters, which may have been accumulated by gravitationally pulling them from nearby dwarf galaxies that seem to be devoid of such clusters today. It has an apparent magnitude of 9.6, and one of its most striking features is the blue jet near the center, which is a black hole-powered stream of material being ejected from M87's core. As gaseous material from the center of the galaxy accretes into the black hole, the energy released produces a stream of subatomic particles that are accelerated to velocities near the speed of light. Here is a picture of M87 in relation to Virgo. Sombrero Galaxy, M104. The Sombrero Galaxy has a white bulbous core encircled by thick dust lanes that is the site of star formation in the galaxy and comprises the spiral structure of the galaxy. There is an estimated 2,000 globular clusters ranging from 10 to 13 billion years old. Tilted relative to the large disk, there is an inner disk. X-ray emission suggests that there is material falling into the compact core, where a 1 billion solar mass black hole resides. The Sombrero Galaxy is 28 million light-years away with an apparent magnitude of 8, making it beyond the visibility of the naked eye. It has a mass equal to 800 billion suns and is one of the most massive objects in the Virgo Galaxy cluster.